We are proud Americans, and we are grateful that we have a president that is finally watching out for our people and our country. The United States of America is a special place in this world. We represent every race, every ethnic group, and every religion. We have come here and from all over the world to show the world that there's a better place. But it was based on fundamental principles that were laid down in 1776, and we will not give up our freedom, our liberty, or those principles to government run by lunatics in front of a government. Global government is what? Global government means we're going to turn over our sovereignty. We're going to turn over our lives to lunatics and crazy people who represent half the governments of the world? No. And we are proud that our president, finally we have a president that goes overseas and supports American principles and American people. We especially are grateful that our president turned down that rotten deal in Paris. What was that deal? That deal was negotiated by people supposedly representing us that had the globe in mind, had other people in mind. Well, thank God we have an administration that keeps us in mind and says to those people, we are not going to go along with an agreement that sends trillions of dollars of our wealth and redistributes it to other people in various parts of the world. Thank God we have a president that goes overseas and says, American jobs for American people are my priority, not some gobbledygook about you wanting to have global control over the rest of the planet.
America first! America first!
Listen, this is getting down. This has happened so many times before. People think that other generations didn't have these these horrible challenges to maintaining the freedom that started at Lexington and Concord when our guys, men and women, marched out to defeat the Redcoats, the British, who at that time were the mightiest army in the world. Since that time, every generation has had its challenge. Every generation. And Americans, what kind of world would it be had the Americans not been there when the Japanese militarists and the Nazis were about to take over the world? What kind of world would we live in? It would have been a horror story, not just for our people, but for the entire planet. Then what happened? We had communism. For 30 and 40 years, we had to stand tall until that evil philosophy disintegrated because of its own evilness. The fact is that had Americans not stood tall, had not put up a fight, communism would have won. What kind of world would that have been? And now, what about today? Today we face a similar challenge, a challenge of an evil philosophy like communism. They were atheists who wanted to supplant democratic government with an atheistic government throughout the world. Instead, now we have fanatics who have a belief that their religion is the only one that counts, and they're willing to kill people to terrorize us into submission. I say, I'm joining with Donald Trump. We will never submit to these terrorists. The terrorists of the world keep killing unarmed, innocent people. Well, I got word for you, Mr. Terrorist, wherever you are listening. We have a president with courage. We're behind him, and we're coming to get you.
Losers! Losers! Losers!
can do it but us. Nobody else can do it but us. United States, us. As I say, every race, every religion, every ethnic group. But we are dedicated to the principles that made the United States great, and we are so proud that we have a president now who's just as dedicated as we are to those fundamental principles of Americanism.
Yeah!
So God bless you. Politicians, people who go to the polls, politicians, we rely on people going to the polls. We need to make sure our fellow Americans get out and vote. But we also have to make sure that we have rallies like this. And I want to commend those people who gave up their time and their energy to organize an event like this. You are sending a message through this rally today that will be heard throughout this country. The news media can yap all they want. The news media can make things sound so sinister when there's nothing there. The news media can ignore the incredible criminal activity that was taking place in the Clinton Foundation and the Clinton family. They can ignore that. I challenge the news media that every time they start talking about some sinister plot that supposedly happened, and it didn't happen, in terms of trying to organize the effort to what? To hack into a system and get out truthful information and make it available to people. Okay. That's the worst that could have happened there, but every time they try to put a sinister spin on it, and I don't believe, by the way, that the Russians did that. Somebody else did it. I hope he's still alive, but he might not be. We have the media ignoring the important stories, but I challenge them today. Every time they talking about this Russian story, it's a sinister things where there is nothing there. They should also be talking about the millions of dollars Russian oligarchs put into the Clinton Foundation while Hillary was a candidate for president and secretary of state. Yeah. So this double standard is up to us to correct. We have to insist to the media, we don't believe you until you give us a more balanced view of what's going on. So with you today, God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Let's go forward and support our president in saving this country.